Okay, welcome students for the next session. Okay, in this session we will discuss about the surface condensers. Okay, in previous lesson we discussed about jet condensers. Okay, what are the different types of jet condensers and how do we convert exhaust steam into cooling water, hot water, okay, with the help of a cooling water, and how do we reduce the temperature of exhaust steam, okay, with the help of a cooling medium, and how do we remove the air and uncondensable gases from the jet condensers, okay, and what is the advantage of use of jet condensers, and what are the disadvantages of use of jet condensers, why we are introducing the surface condensers. Okay, today we will see about the different types of surface condensers and how do we reduce the temperature of exhaust steam in the surface condensers, and compared to the jet condensers, what is the advantage while using the surface condensers in the steam condensing plant. Okay, let us see the operation of surface condenser. Okay, the basic objective of surface condenser is this one. Okay, in this figure also you can see the flow direction of exhaust steam and cooling water, and how that exhaust steam exchanges its heat to the cooling water inside the condenser section. Okay, in surface condenser, the exhaust steam and cooling water do not come in physical contact, rather they are separated by heat transfer valve. Okay, hence condensate remains pure and can be reused. Okay, in case of jet condensers, that condensate mixture is not pure. The condensate mixture is not pure. Okay, in case of surface condensers, the condensate mixture is pure and reuse. The condensate mixture is pure and reused. Okay, we can reuse the condensate mixture coming from the surface condensers. Okay, the arrangement of the surface condenser is like this. Okay, exhaust steam we are introducing into the surface condenser, and over the tubes, okay, we are made to flow the steam. Okay, this is the steam flowing direction, and inside the tubes we are made to arrange the flow of cooling water, and during the flow process, okay, the exhaust steam and cooling water, okay, exchanges its heat through the thickness of the tubes. Then automatically exhaust steam is converting into condensate mixture. Okay, that condensate mixture we are collecting, and that condensate mixture we are sending to the boiler section with the help of a feed water pump. Okay, next, downflow type of surface condenser. Okay, see the arrangement of downflow type of surface condenser. Okay, exhaust steam enters into the mesh of the surface condenser. Mesh means it is the flow of steam inside the smaller tubes. Okay, and we are seeing as a mesh. Okay, cubes inside the tubes we are made to flow the water, and over the tubes we are made to arrange to flow the exhaust steam from the steam turbine. Okay, to air extraction pump. Okay, we are reducing the we are extracting the uncondensable gases from the condenser body, okay, in order to maintain vacuum pressure inside the condenser. Okay, to condensate extraction pump, okay, we are introducing the condensate mixture to the pump, and the condensate mixture is sent back to the boiler section for reuse. Okay, one of the most important advantage of surface condensers is, okay, we can reuse the condensate mixture. We can reuse the condensate mixture after condensation process in the surface condensers. Okay, in case of jet condensers, we are not reusing the condensate mixture, and we are not sending the condensate mixture to the boiler section. Okay, only with the help of surface condensers only we can reuse. Why? Because okay, there is no dust particles and metal particles. Why? Because there is no mixing. Okay, in case of jet condensers, both fluids, hot fluid and cold fluids, are mixing together inside the condenser section during the flow process. In case of surface condensers, both fluids are not mixing and exchanging its heat through the thickness of the tubes. Okay, that is the main difference between the surface condensers and jet condensers. Okay, see the next one, downflow type of surface condenser. Okay, next type of surface condenser, one of the type of surface condenser is downflow type of surface condenser. Exhaust stream enters the top of the condenser shell and flows downward over water tubes. Okay, so you can see the arrangement. Exhaust stream flows downward direction, flows over the tubes, and inside the tubes, okay, we are made to arrange the flow of water. Okay, inside the tubes, water is flowing, that is the cooling medium, and over the tubes, we are made to flow the exhaust stream. Okay, during the flow process, exhaust stream exchanges its heat to the cooling water. Water tubes are double passed, and the cold water flows in lower side first and then in upper side, then the reverse direction, which enables the maximum heat transfer. Okay, water tubes are double passed type. Okay, double passed type means, okay, these water tubes are we are made to flow the water inside the tubes in two times. Okay, in one time we are exchanging the heat, and second time also we are exchanging the heat. Okay, if the two times we are exchanging means more heat transfer takes place between the hot fluid and cold fluid. Then we can extract more quantity of heat from the exhaust stream. Then we can easily convert exhaust stream into pure condensate mixture. Okay, that pure condensate mixture we are sending to the boiler section for reusing of the condensate mixture in the boiler section for generating the exhaust stream. After generating the steam, again we are reintroducing into the steam turbine. From the steam turbine we are producing the power output. Okay, after that exhaust stream again enters the type of surface condenser. Okay, in that manner we are repeatedly operating the steam power plant, okay, with the help of different types of surface condensers. Okay, continuously we have to receive the exhaust stream from the steam turbine. Okay, during the heat extraction process, okay, heat exchange takes place from hot fluid to cold fluid. Okay, that means the exhaust stream exchanges its heat to the cold water. Okay, the cold water is flowing inside the tubes, and the tubes inside, in case of downflow type of surface condenser, okay, the tubes are double pass type of tubes. Because of double pass, okay, double heat exchange takes place between the hot fluid and cold fluid. Okay, in that manner we are reducing the temperature of exhaust stream, and we are converting the exhaust stream into condensate mixture, that is hot water, and we are arranging the flow direction of hot fluid and cold fluid, okay, based on the type of condenser. Okay, next. Central flow type of surface condenser. Okay, the steam flows radially inward. Okay, see, the steam flows radially inward. In previous type of surface condenser, the steam flows downwards. Okay, in case of this type of surface condenser, the steam flows radially inwards. Okay, in the radius of the surface condenser, the steam enters into the condenser section. Okay, because of more entering points, we can increase the more heat transfer rate in case of central flow type of surface condenser. Okay, the condensate is collected at the bottom of the shell, from where it is taken out by the condensate extraction pump. Okay, from the bottom we are collecting the condensate mixture with the help of a condensate extraction pump. Okay, always you have to remember, the pump handles only liquid. Pump handles only liquid. Okay, condensate. If condensate is not completely condensing into hot water, then we are unable to extract the condensate mixture with the help of a condensate pump. For that reason, we are using the higher efficient condensers for condensing the exhaust steam into hot water. Okay, the steam gets access to the entire periphery of tubes, and Thus, a large surface area for the heat transfer is available as compared to the downflow type. In case of downflow type, only we are introducing the steam from the downward direction. In case of central flow type of surface condensers, we are introducing the exhaust steam through the radius. Okay, throughout the periphery will help us. Throughout the periphery of the central flow type of surface condenser will help us to increase the heat transfer rate. Okay, in that manner we are increasing the rate of heat transfer in central flow type of surface condenser. Okay, I already told you. Okay, in case of surface condensers compared to the jet condensers, we are not mixing the two fluids. Hot fluid and cold fluid does not mixing together inside the type of surface condenser. Only heat exchange takes place through the thickness of the tubes. Okay, in that manner we are exchanging the heat between the hot fluid and cold fluid. For that reason we are getting the pure condensate. Okay, that pure condensate we are using as hot water from the steam condenser, and from the steam condenser we are reusing the hot water for generating the steam in the boiler section. See the evaporative type of condenser section. Okay, here we are introducing the two types of cooling mediums. Okay, up to now we discussed only one cooling medium, that is cooling water. Okay, only cooling water we are using to exchange the heat between the exhaust steam and water. Exhaust steam and cooling water, both fluids are exchanging the heat between each other. And in case of evaporative type of condenser section, okay, we are using the air and cooling water. Air and cooling water both are exchanging the heat between them and easily exchanging its heat and easily condensate the exhaust steam as condensate mixture, and that condensate mixture as hot water we are reusing in the boiler section. Okay, see how to introduce the cooling water into the evaporative type of condenser. Okay, how do we use air as cooling medium in this section? Okay, moist air we are introducing into the outside atmosphere. Okay, that moist air also carries some quantity of heat from the exhaust steam. Okay, see, the steam enters into the condenser tubes from the steam turbine. Okay, the steam is flowing inside the tubes of evaporative condenser. Okay, during the circulation process, over the tubes we are made to flow the water and air. Okay, the cooling water is sprayed over the tubes. See the arrangement. Okay, from the sump we are made to introduce the sprayed water. That sprayed water is made to flow over the tubes, and that sprayed water also extracts the heat from the exhaust steam. Okay, inside the tubes exhaust steam is flowing, and over the tubes we are made to arrange the spray of cooling water. Okay, because of spray we can increase the more area of the heat transfer. Then automatically exhaust steam temperature decreases and exhaust steam is converting into condensate mixture. Okay, and from the bottom side itself we are introducing the air. Okay, that air is flowing upward direction. Because of the flow of air in the upward direction and because of sprayed water flowing in the downward direction, okay, the combined effect of sprayed cooling water and flowing cold air upward direction, combinedly reducing the temperature of exhaust steam and converting the exhaust steam into condensate mixture. Okay, the condensate mixture we are reusing as feed water to the boiler section. Okay, you can clearly observe the working principle of evaporative type of steam condenser. It is one of the most important type of condenser used in higher capacity steam power plants. Okay, higher capacity steam condensing plant uses this type of condenser for creating, for reducing the feed water requirement and for producing the more power output by reducing the steam consumption rate. It reduces the steam consumption rate and it increases the work output also. In case of evaporative type of condenser, we are using the cooling water and air as cooling medium. Up to now we see only cooling water as cooling medium. In case of evaporative type of condenser, cooling water plus air we are using as cooling mediums. With the help of combined effect of cooling water and air as cooling medium, we are reducing the temperature of exhaust stream. In case of evaporative condenser, that sprayed water is evaporating. Because of evaporation means during the heat extraction process only that sprayed water is evaporating. The evaporation of some cooling water provides the cooling effect. Thereby steam condenses. The steam to be condensed is passed through the grilled tubes and cooling water is sprayed over the outer surface of the tubes. The evaporative condensers are most suitable for small plants and where supply of cold water is limited. We are supplying the cold water with the help of a evaporative type of condenser. Advantages and disadvantages of a surface condenser. See the advantages of surface condensers. We are using the surface condenser for high vacuum efficiency. Always we have to maintain higher vacuum efficiency. While solving the problems also, we are getting the condenser efficiency as 96%, 98%, 98.9%, like that. We are getting the vacuum efficiency of the condenser. Why? Because higher vacuum efficiency only will help us to extract the low pressure exhaust steam from the steam turbine. If there is no higher vacuum efficiency, then automatically the exhaust steam may not enter into the steam condenser device. For that reason, we are providing the higher vacuum efficient condensers to the steam power plants. Pure condensate. Pure condensate we are getting from the type of surface condensers. Low quality cooling water also can be used. You can use low quality cooling water also. Why? Because the cooling water and exhaust steam both are not mixing together. If there is mixing inside the condenser, then possibility of getting impurity of condensate mixture. There is no mixing of cooling water and exhaust steam. That's why we are not using the we are using the low quality of cooling water also. Disadvantages of surface condensers are large amount of water is required, construction is complicated, and costly maintenance and skilled worker is required. Large floor area is required. These are the disadvantages of the surface condensers. Next, comparison of jet and surface condensers. If you compare the both two types of condensers, jet condensers and surface condensers, you can know the advantages and benefits of both type of condensers. Cooling water and steam are mixed up. In jet condensers, the cooling water and steam are mixed up. In case of surface condensers, both are not mixing together. In case of jet condensers, it requires a small floor space. In case of surface condensers, it requires more space. Third one, the condensate cannot be used as feed water to boiler unless it is free from impurities. We are not reusing the condensate as feed water to the boiler section in case of jet condensers. Why? Because cooling water plus exhaust steam are mixing. For that reason, we are not using the condensate as feed water. Okay, more pure power is required for air pump. Okay, in order to operate the air pump, we have to give more power input. Then only the air pump extracts the air from the condenser section. Okay, less power is required for water pump. Okay, requires less quantity of cooling water. Less quality and quantity of cooling water is less because mixing reduces the quantity of cooling water requirement. And the condensing plant is simple and less suitable for high capacity plants due to low vacuum efficiency. The vacuum efficiency also low for jet condensers compared to the surface condensers. Okay. Next, see the comparison of jet condensers and surface condensers. Okay, in case of surface condensers, cooling water and steam are not mixing together. It requires surface condensers requires large floor area, and condensate can be used as feed water to boiler as it is not mixed up with cooling water. Less power is required for air pump, more power is required for water pump, and requires large quantity of cooling water. Cooling water requirement is more. Why? Because there is no direct contact, physical contact between the cooling water and exhaust system. For that reason, the large quantity of cooling water is required for surface type of condenser. The condensing plant is complicated. The design of condensing plant is complicated. More suitable for high capacity plants as vacuum efficiency is high. Okay, in case of surface condensers, vacuum efficiency is high, and in case of jet condensers, vacuum efficiency is low. In case of jet condensers, both cooling water and exhaust steam are mixing together. Okay, because of that mixing, okay, the cooling water requirement is less. Less quantity of cooling water is sufficient for reducing the temperature of exhaust steam. Okay, sources of air in the condenser. Okay, why we are removing the air in the condenser means, okay, we have to maintain low vacuum pressure in the condenser section. Okay, in order to extract the low pressure of steam from the steam turbine. Okay, whatever the turbine it may. Okay, impulse turbine or reaction turbine we are using in the steam power plant. Okay, when both turbines require low vacuum efficiency condensers. Okay, the ambient air leaks to the condenser chamber at the joints. At the joints, the atmospheric air enters into the condenser, which are internally under pressure lower than that of the ambient. Okay, another source of air is the dissolved air with feed water. Okay, that the water also having the dissolved air. Okay, that dissolved air and dissolved gases in feed water we have to remove with the help of a air extraction pump. Yes, air extraction pump we are using. Okay, with the help of air extraction pump only, we are extracting the heat from the steam condenser. What are the sources of that air? Okay, through the joints and the dissolved gases or dissolved air in the water, okay, produces the air. Okay, that air having the pressure. Okay, that's why we have to remove the air from the condenser section. Okay, effects of air leakage. Okay, some effects we can observe during the leakage of air into the condenser section. In the presence of air lowers the vacuum in the condenser. Always we have to maintain the vacuum efficiency as 98%, 97%, 99%. Okay, that means, okay, if the air enters means, okay, the vacuum pressure decreases. Okay, that's why we have to remove the air with the help of air extraction pump. The presence of air lowers the vacuum pressure, and the back pressure of the plant increases. Back pressure increases. Okay, work output also decreases. It decreases the work output. Okay, work output also decreases. Air has very pure thermal conductivity. Okay, hence the rate of heat transfer from vapor to the cooling medium is reduced. Okay, if the more air enters, then it reduces the heat transfer rate between the exhaust steam and cooling medium. Then the condensate mixture, they are not getting purely from the condenser section if there is availability of air leakage. Okay, the presence of air in the condenser corrodes to the metal surfaces. Okay, for that reason we have to extract the heat with the help of a extracts the air with the help of a air pump. Okay, vacuum creation in the condenser. What is the necessity of creating the vacuum inside the condenser? Okay, is it very necessary or not? Okay, we have to discuss. Okay, yes, it is very necessary. Okay, for that purpose only we are using the air extraction pump. Okay, in previous slide we seen how that air is enters into the condenser and how do we extract the air from the condenser in order to create the vacuum. Okay, that vacuum creation in the condenser will help us. Okay, when the steam condenses in a closed vessel, the vapor phase of working substance changes to liquid phase. Okay, exhaust steam is condensing inside the condenser and exhaust steam is converting into liquid phase. Substance changes into liquid phase. Thus, its specific volume reduces more than the 1000 times. Okay, specific volume reduces. Okay, due to the change in specific volume, the absolute pressure in the condenser falls below the atmospheric pressure, and high vacuum is created. Okay, high vacuum is created, and this minimum pressure that can be attained depends on the temperature of the condensate and air present in the condenser. Okay, because of these two parameters only, we can maintain the vacuum in the condenser section. The absolute pressure is equal to atmospheric pressure minus vacuum pressure in the condenser section. Okay, these are the main important in the fourth unit. Okay, we have two topics in the fourth unit. One is steam condensers. One is steam condenser. And second one is reaction turbine. One is steam condenser, second one is reaction turbine. Okay, in case of steam condensers, we are using the different types of steam condensers, and in all types of steam condensers having the same purpose, same objective, that is, we are reducing the temperature of exhaust steam and we are extracting the low pressure exhaust steam from the steam turbine. Okay, after condensation, we are sending the condensate mixture from the condenser to the boiler section as a feed water. Okay, for next cyclic generation of the steam. Okay, for that reason, we are using the two different types of condensers. One is jet condenser and second one is surface condenser. Okay, in case of jet condensers, exhaust steam and cooling water both are mixing. Why we are using the cooling water? Always we have to use one cooling medium to reduce the temperature of exhaust steam. Okay, that cooling water we are using as cooling medium, and exhaust steam and cooling water exchanges its heat and exhaust steam temperature decreases and converting into condensate mixture. And that condensate mixture as a hot water we are sent back to the boiler section, okay, for generation of the steam. Okay, in case of surface condenser, both fluids are not mixing together. In case of jet condenser, both fluids are mixing together. Okay, next session, next class, okay, we will see some problems on different types of steam condensers. Okay, we will see problems on jet condensers and surface condensers. Okay, thank you.